Welcome to our presentation for the next Top Author Contest. I say our presentation because I'm here at Oasis Center with all my friends where we come each week to read and study the Course in Miracles. Now what's that got to do with this contest? Well, the book I've written is about the Course in Miracles, so I've written a book about a book. I know that many of you have probably never heard of the Course in Miracles. It was first published in 1975, and by this time there have been over 1 million copies, maybe 1.5 million, sold throughout the world, and it's been translated into many different languages. And it's an incredible book. And it didn't take long after I had found this book for me to realize that miracles are a real possibility in this world. And what they do is they transform your life. Miracles, by the way, come from God. They do not originate, we're not talking about something that originates in your own psyche here. What happens, in order to learn about a miracle, you discover that there's an awful lot of things you have to unlearn first. And it's just because of the programming that we've been exposed to. And that's one of the reasons why this book is so large. There's a lot of unlearning. Now, you have to begin to see the world differently. So that's what this book is about. Now, if I was to pick out one word to characterize what happens to you when you pick up the Course in Miracles and really begin to apply it to your life, one word, I think I would say easy. Life becomes easy. That's my experience. I've seen this occur with others as well. This book works. If you take it, make use of it, and apply it, it works. It is a very powerful book, very helpful, very loving, and will help you in ways probably that you can't even imagine at this point. The Course in Miracles, the first half of it is called the text, approximately the first half, and the latter part is called the workbook and the manual. And so that when you move from the introduction, which reads just fine, beautiful, sounds good, and you open the text, you enter another world. I don't know whether it's the Shakespearean world, I don't know what you want to call it, but you're hit with one profound piece of information after another. We basically can't process one profound piece of information. We need a little rest in between. Well, profound piece, rest. There's another profound piece. Well, the Course is not that way. It just gives it to you full blast. It's like taking a new soldier, forget boot camp, here's the front line. How do you handle that, you know? Well, almost everybody gets bogged down in the Course. It's just not user-friendly. But everybody that I know, with maybe a few exceptions, hard to think of, but a few, finds the Course very difficult to read. So I'm sure that most people struggle through that for 3 or 4 pages or whatever, maybe a whole chapter, if you've got a lot of stamina. And then what happens after you've read all that, you say, boy, that was beautiful, and somebody asks, what did it say? I have no idea. Because it didn't get in there. Beautiful, 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 but, and profound, but, gee, what have I just read? So you go back and try again, but it doesn't really change. But there's a lot of material in the text that's not in the workbook and manual. And it's a shame that so many people that are really interested in this book do not get the benefit of learning what's in the text as well, unless they happen to be in a group somehow. And many groups have formed to study this book. However, it came to me that, wouldn't it be nice if there was some way to open this text up to anybody that wants to read it. And so that's what I have done in writing the book that I have written. I have a copy here. It's called A Practical Guide to A Course in Miracles. Volume 1 is for the first 10 chapters. It is a user-friendly text companion for those chapters. And the title of Volume 1 is The Undoing of Illusions. There are 2 more volumes to follow because the text has 31 chapters, so we need 3 volumes, taking about 10 chapters at a time. Now this book is the outgrowth of 20 years of teaching small groups about our leading small discussion groups through the text of the Course in Miracles over the past 20 years, and I've done this in my home. It is a user-friendly book, as I just said. It is built around many quotes from the Course in Miracles, and the general outline of the book is based on the well-known Dummies books that perhaps you have seen. You have big headings, small paragraphs. There are many icons. There are 25 illustrations in the book. There are miracle stories at the end of each chapter from real-life people, mostly from you all here at Oasis. And then at the end of the book, there are 4 practical tools that you can use whenever you need them. In addition, in the back cover, there's a CD-ROM, which this one is not here right now, but the one you get will have a CD-ROM in this little package, in a little envelope here. And on that CD-ROM is the entire text of the Course in Miracles. It's taken from the Criswell edition, which is the only edition that's in the public domain. It's been legally declared in the public domain, and you can use it. It's searchable, printable, scrollable. You can pull it up on your computer and print it out if you wish, and then do anything you want to it. Give it away, whatever. It's up to you. This might be particularly useful if you're a first-time user or reader of the Course, because if you don't want to spend the money to buy 2 books, if you buy this one, then you'll have this book, and you'll also have the text right away for the Course in Miracles. You'll already have it. And that's good enough to start with. Now, if all this is new to you, but it does sound interesting, and you buy my book, The Course in Miracles, or both for that matter, and you like what you're reading, you might want to consider joining a group. And I would encourage this. It will make a big difference in how this goes over. There's no national organization here, but there is a website that you can look up. It's miraclecenter.org, and they have a list of the known groups so that you can find one that's near your location. Also, my website is miraclepublishers.com. You can buy the book there if you wish. And I might add that this white board, I guess that's what we call this, is the same one that I've drawn many diagrams on throughout the years teaching here. And one of the reasons I draw diagrams, I might add, is that I spent around 40 years teaching physics in the university, and it just comes natural for me to draw diagrams. You don't teach physics without drawing diagrams. Not at the lower level, undergraduate kinds of physics courses. You must draw diagrams, so it just came natural for me to do the same here, and many of these diagrams are contained in this book. It was also, I felt, necessary to rearrange material somewhat, and I just need to say a word about this. The Course in Miracles is a piece of spiritual literature. It's not a textbook. Well, at any rate, I'm used to them, and they're designed in the way that they are for a reason. Everything that pertains to a given subject is grouped together. It's in Chapter 2 or Chapter 3. The Course is not really that way. And so, in Chapter 2, for example, where fear is brought up, that's one of the things mentioned in Chapter 2, I noticed that and very important things are mentioned about fear later on throughout the whole book. So I gather a bunch of those together and put most of them in Chapter 2. So that you know when you read Chapter 2, that's where we talked about fear. If you forget something, you go back to Chapter 2. It's all there. I'm not saying it's not ever mentioned again in this book. Of course it is. But basically, that's what Chapter 2 is about. By the way, there's a second volume coming up. It's called A Journey Through Relationships, and it's for chapters 11 through 20. And notice of that will be on my website. Well, we all come here to learn. We learn from each other. And most of the time, I think we have a really good time. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.